The egg is a drawing that shows a pregnant woman with a bloated, ovoid belly. She's standing with her thin legs apart. Upper body, neck and overlong arms are skeletal. In the darkness on the right, a grave can be seen, with an undefined figure of an idol behind it. With this figure, Kubin lends the life growing in the womb, which is already condemned to death, a mystical significance and an eternal validity. It's an image that belongs to one artist's nightmarish world. Alfred Kubin was one of the most brilliant draftsmen at the turn of the 19th and 20th centuries. His early symbolistic work is really unique, and it shows a world of evil, femme fatale, misery, illnesses, monsters, nightmares. We have to dive into this imaginary world and ask ourselves, why did Kubin create such images? Alfred Kubin was a very small, weak child, and he had not many friends. He had some very, very traumatic episodes in his youth and in his later life too, and he was treated badly by his family. His father did not pay much attention to him, but only to his two younger sisters. So he had to escape into an imaginary world. Kubin was really obsessed with dreams, and he was always aware that dreams are very important. He studied the literature on the subject. By the early 1900s, just after Sigmund Freud released the interpretation of dreams, Kubin was producing hundreds of drawings exploring the unconscious. Indeed, he is said to have drawn in spurts prompted by fevers and hallucinations. Death, motherhood, sexuality, and paternal relationships are key motifs that feature repeatedly, reflecting his traumas. Kubin is a master of the dark side of sleep and the evil side of dreams. The artist was convinced that we dream not only in our sleep but also during the day. Kubin's drawings, frequently depicting gruesome scenes, illustrate these themes and even more: the female body, which is perceived as a threat, such fantastic and grotesque creatures as vampires, and of course death. Dreams and nightmares are frequently impossible to grasp and forgotten soon after we wake up, or they almost fade completely when we try to remember them. Kubin emphasizes this world of shadows after waking up from a nightmare with the gloominess of his pen drawings, or especially in his gouache, in which bright forms like tentacles or glowing heads stand out against the dark. The growing alienation of human beings from the divine, from nature, and from themselves had been a common theme since the 19th century. This drawing reveals how Kubin saw psychological self-alienation. The exceedingly large head, the seat of reason, is separated from the body. One eye is closed. The conscious mind does not want to perceive the separation, but the other eye is staring, filled with disgust at divided self. Look at yourself, you beast. This pictorial idea is perfect. Another one-eyed monster explores a different side of his work. In numerous drawings, Kubin sought to depict illnesses that he himself feared all his life. Sexuality and illness are linked in the drawings. In this drawing, Kubin takes up the motif of Venus and transforms it into a nightmarish interpretation. A woman whose living body is decomposing is lying on a bedsheet. A dark, putrid fluid is running out of her lap. A hose leads into her belly and provides her with some nutrition. The woman can catch a glimpse of her surroundings with only one eye. A sign is hanging on the wooden beam behind her. Pray for me. Around 1900, male artists portrayed women as saint and femme fatale at the same time, as untouchable angel and bloodthirsty vamp. Both in the visual arts and in literature, it becomes clear that the man must beware of the woman and her sexuality, of her imminent emancipation. Whereas in some works, the woman about to be devoured by an ape or subdued by a tamer plays a passive role, in most drawings she takes on the active part, hunting her male prey in the form of a spider, seducing men with her naked body, prolonging a man's preeminence. In Kubin's world, a woman's sexuality lurks everywhere and is always a danger. For me, Alfred Kubin can be best summed up with what he himself said. Maybe this is what life is, a dream and a fear. His works thus often shift from humor to horror. He tried to not only draw his dreams, but to exaggerate it even. But he was driven to draw and to capture what was in his mind, and this was a form of therapy. So this combination of the unsettling of the interim world with the old masterly technique of drawing is something very special. And this makes Kubin unique.